Hi, everyone. We are big believers in data, right? And the best way to get data is to ask and to start polling. So I'm just going to ask you one quick question here. Who here is participating in conference polls, ad hoc conference polls? Okay, nobody. 1, 2, great. I think that's a valid statistical sample. And we're going to need it because I would like to talk about predictive applications in retail, which is exactly what we are doing. And there's one thing to know about retail as we know it, which is it's not going to exist for much, much longer, right? The best way to illustrate this is to use the 1996 movie Independence Day with Will Smith. Every single stationary retailer, every single brick and mortar retailer is having this feeling right now. Right? There's a huge spaceship coming ahead. Their commander is saying, your margin is my opportunity. And what are they doing? They're using low margins, they're using big data, and they're using artificial intelligence to crush you. So if you have seen Independence Day, you know what the world is doing. The world is turning to Will Smith to save the world. And a couple years later, Will Smith himself needed assistance. Who was he looking to? In iRobot, of course, to robotic assistance. And that's exactly what our customers are doing. Our customers are these very, very traditional, low-margin, German to a large degree, but not exclusively, retailers that are living in a world with intense competitive pressure. Average margin in German grocery retail is 0.4%, which basically means out of 5 euros or 5 pounds that a customer gives them, they can keep 2 cents or 2 pence as profit. That's almost nothing, right? And it means if you make a small, tiny mistake, you're out of business. So why are these companies looking at Blue Yonder? What can Blue Yonder give them? And Blue Yonder can give them predictive analytics. Predictive analytics means a way of predicting the future. The most important thing to know as a retailer is what are my customers going to do tomorrow? And ideally, not just tomorrow, but what are my customers going to do next week? Because if I know what they're going to do next week, I have enough time to react. And that's exactly what we do. There's one catch here, and our founder, Professor Michael Feind, is best illustrating that catch. It doesn't help if you have all the intelligence in the world. It doesn't help if you have all the data in the world, if you don't act on it. And the best way to act on it is to automate, right? Instead of giving this intelligence that a machine, that a computer, that a robot has hardly earned out of the data, give it to a human who is then going to dismiss it. Our clients are turning to a different solution. They are automating the entire process. And the way this works is a simple loop. We collect data out of the very, very core systems, out of the ERP system, out of the product information management system, out of the supply chain system, out of the heavy-duty, heavy-iron SAP systems of the world. Then we predict, and we make predictions using, again, heavy-duty machine learning, heavy-duty artificial intelligence, using things like regressions, using things like clustering, and so on. And finally, we use these forecasts, and these forecasts are very, very fine-grained, so we can actually use them to make trade-offs and decisions. In order to make a trade-off, you need to know what the goal of the business is, right? For some businesses, it is just staying alive, as we've heard today. For other businesses, it's profitable growth. And for other businesses, it's just growth, right? You just want to increase revenue. And that's exactly what we help our customers to achieve. The key to this is automation. And at Blue Yonder, we believe that 99% of all business decisions can be automated. So our solutions are all about automation. Taking a process that was slow, that was error-ridden, and automate it. And by automating, we make it better, we make it faster, and we make it cheaper. So there are 3 areas that I would like to talk about. Number 1 is pricing. The big thing in pricing is as a retailer, you want to find out how much your customers are actually willing to pay. If you ask them, they will lie to you. They will tell you, I want to pay less. But what you can do is you can try it, and that's what we are doing. We are experimenting with prices on a massive scale. At one of our customers, we are setting 50,000 prices overnight and see which price points work and which not. And this helps them to optimize their prices and to increase profit and revenue at the same time. Another problem, replenishment. Big problem in the replenishment. If you order too much, you have write-offs. Write-offs are bad because they cost money. If you order too little, you have out of stock. Out of stock is also bad because you're not earning money. So finding exactly the right spot between earning too much and too little, that's what we do. And finally, marketing. Everyone knows, or every marketer knows, that 50% of the money that they're spending on marketing is wasted. And that's true. We can help marketers find out which 50% is actually wasted. So we can have solutions that can help marketers to reduce circulation by 50% and achieve the same revenue. Tricky is, most marketers are not interested in saving 50% of their marketing budget. They're interested in getting, let's say, squeezing another 15% more out of it. And why are these traditional companies looking at a software as a service company like Yonder? And the reason is one word. It's the results that we are driving. In replenishment, we can slash out of stock rate by a factors of 6x. This means a revenue increase of 3.5%, which is massive if you consider the margins. We can reduce write-offs. In pricing, we can increase revenue by 8% and gross profit by 6%. At the same time, reduce return rates and win new customers. In targeting, we can either reduce, as I mentioned, reduce circulation by 50%, which most marketers don't want to do, right? They are not interested in increasing their return on investment. They're interested in increasing their revenue, which we can also do by 15%. So how does that work? Well, I mentioned software as a service. I mentioned big data. This is backed by 150 employees in 3 locations. More than 90 of these are PhD data scientists, and that's what we do at Yonder. We take data, we automate decisions, and we help retailers keep afloat by making more money, making more revenue, and serving their customers in a better way. Thank you.